If you guys lacking coins for all the new cards that are out, then check out mulefactory.com. They're the cheapest site I've found for coins. They deliver in 5 minutes. And if you use TGC Kurt5 at checkout, you get 5% off your order. Check them out with the link down below now. What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to a brand new FIFA 10 to FIFA 17 episode. Today we're going to be looking at some transfers. Now I am going to say we're still behind on this. I'm doing my best to catch up as quick as I possibly can, but there are still some that we just cannot fit in this episode. There are some bigger names like Rooney, Lukaku, Rudiger, some of those ones, they're not here yet. They will be in this weekend's episode. This week has just been so mad for transfers that I'm trying my best to keep up. Some of these are a week old, some of these are 10 days old, some of these are just a few days old. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. We're still going to look from 10 to 17 and try and make it as exciting as possible. But we're going to do our best to power through them. We're going to start off with our first player though. I'm not going to waffle on saying like the video, all that sort of stuff. We're going to go straight into it with Michael Keane. Michael Keane has just signed for Everton. Now he's had a fantastic season for Burnley, got some exciting cards, good player. Let's look how he's changed. Now, obviously, you can see his card there. He's just signed for Everton, like I said. He signed for 25 million that could rise to 30. But if you guys don't know, he was originally at Man United. Now, if you look here, he started off at Man United, like youth setup. 2009 he joined their youth setup. He was there until 2015. He had loans at Leicester, loans at Derby, and a loan at Blackburn. Different FIFA cards throughout the time before being bought permanently by Burnley in the 14-15 season. Played 21 league games for them in the Premier League when they I think they bought him in January and he finished the second half of the season. Then obviously they went down. He played 44 out of the 46 in the Championship and then played 35 out of the 38 in the Prem last season. Had such a good season. He ended up in the Team of the Year, well, the Team of the Season, the Barclays Premier League Team of the Season, and of course, just signed for Everton now. So a fantastic signing, I think, for Everton. Potential to be an exciting player in FIFA too if he gets maybe an upgrade to like 78, 79. Who knows? Who knows how high they're going to do it? But he could be good for FIFA, and he's definitely going to be a good signing for Everton in real life. Next up, we have Matthias Ginter. He has just signed for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, he has signed for a deal in the region of 17 million euros. This is his card on FIFA, centre-back card. I think that's his upgrade. I don't know why it's the right-back and centre-back, because that's not an informed card. He's just signed for Borussia Mönchengladbach, a centre-back card. I don't know if he's going to be any good on FIFA next year. He hasn't been that good for Dortmund. I saw a lot of Dortmund fans complaining about him, actually saying he just isn't very good at centre-back. He's okay at right-back. But it's going to be interesting to see how he performs at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, if we look back at his years, he started off at Freiburg. He was there till 2013-14. It's a couple seasons. And then, of course, in FIFA 15, he did sign for Dortmund. He's been there last few years, played 14, 24 and 28 games in each respective season, as you can see here. And, I mean, his FIFA card's just very, very average. Not really someone you're going to be using all that much, but you never know. May get a bit of an upgrade, may go down. Who knows how he's going to do at Borussia Mönchengladbach. On to player number 3 of this episode, and it's quite a cool one. That is Luis Gustavo. This guy has been a staple of FIFA for years upon years. He's just signed for Marseille, as you can see there, and as you can see on the screen as well. Right there, that is his card. Now, of course, I think he had a Movember card and maybe an Info. Oh, no, that was his original. Then he got downgraded, and of course, he had the Movember as well. So these are his cards. He's been an absolute staple of FIFA. We're gonna look back through his career as a whole. He started off at Hoffenheim. That was where his first FIFA card was. He joined them in the second Bundesliga in 2007-8. He was at Hoffenheim, I think, for 2 FIFAs. Yeah, for 2 FIFAs. I actually remember using that FIFA 11 card. Then, of course, he moved to Bayern Munich. Had a really good season. I packed that Team of the Season card. I remember the hype I had when I got it. It's not even that good of a card. But he's just always been a ridiculously usable FIFA player. Just a Brazilian in the Bundesliga. Of course, he moved to Wolfsburg in FIFA 14. He's just had sick cards all the time. 75 pace back in FIFA 14. That one was absolutely sick. And same with the 15 one. Some sick cards over the years. Always been fun in FIFA. A good Brazilian player in that league. And it's going to be interesting now to see what he's like in the French league. I don't know if he's going to get much of a downgrade. Is he going to go down to 81, 82 maybe? Sorry, 81, 80 because he's already 82. Hopefully he keeps some of the main stats his card has, but it'll be hard to see him keeping all the good ones. Next up, we have a player that I personally am a big fan of in FIFA. That is, I'm going to say Vicente Iborra. Now, he has just signed for Leicester, as you can see there, and on the screen. Like I said, some of these transfers are flipping already in the game now. But Iborra started off his life at Levante in FIFA 11. Not a very good card, you wouldn't really see that ever used. He was actually at Levante until 2013, FIFA 13 there you can see, and then he signed for Sevilla. His card never really impressed that much. It got a little bit better as the years went on, but this year was the one that impressed me the most. Now, that card's good, but it was the informs he was getting where he was scoring goals. He scored 7 goals for 3 years in a row now from centre mid. For a player that, when you look at him, he looks more of a defensive-minded midfielder. 7 goals, 3 seasons in a row, and in all competitions, 9, 9 and 8. That isn't a bad return at all for a centre mid, and hopefully he can keep that scoring going for Leicester. If your central midfielder scores 7 goals for you in a season, you're buzzing. That just doesn't happen. Francis Coquelin has never scored a goal for Arsenal, to put that into perspective. Now, Iborra here, hopefully he's going to be good for Leicester. If he gets some informs, that card can end up being absolutely sick, and it's going to be interesting. But he is a relatively good signing, and only 15 million. I think that's a very good deal. But next up we have Clinton and G. I don't know what I'm going to have to... I'm probably just going to have to type in Clinton to get this guy's name. I am, because you can't even put the apostrophes in. He has, of course, just signed permanently for Marseille. Now, those of you that remember, obviously, he was at Lyon originally. Had a good card on FIFA. He played a bit. He scored some goals. He was an exciting bronze player. He was bought by Tottenham. He had a striker card. He also had a Lyon card that season as well. He ended up getting this card last year, which I think is just mental. That card's insane. 93 pace. Absolute boss card. But he went on loan to Marseille this season and then has been bought out permanently. That's his card again this year. Very, very, well, they're identical stats to the year before despite going up 1 rating. His skill moves are 4-star. He's a great silver card. If he continues to play for Marseille, you might see him eventually get a gold and he'll be very, very OP. But as it stands, he's probably still just a silver level. And yeah, he was signed permanently from Marseille this season. Next up, we have Thomas Ince. This guy, he's been touted to be the next big thing for quite some time now. He's just signed for Huddersfield. His best move career-wise, he has played for a lot of sides over his time. He was obviously at Derby at the start of the season. He's just signed for Huddersfield as they go up into the Premier League. Could be a very, very exciting player. But if you look back through his history, he was at Blackpool in FIFA 12. He was actually at Liverpool before then. He did score 31 goals in 100 games for Blackpool. He did impress there. That was when he did his business. He got his team of the season that year. I want to see his exact actual stats that season. That year, he got 18 goals in 44 for Blackpool. That's not bad. The next season wasn't quite as good of a year. He only played 23 games, but he went on loan to Palace halfway through. Now, Palace are in the Premier League. It seemed a bit of a weird one for him to get an upward step, but he did. And then he was bought by Hull in the Premier League. Again, he's had 2 shots really at the Premier League. Hasn't impressed at either time. 7 games for Hull, 8 games for Palace, only 1 goal for Palace, none for Hull. He of course then moved to Derby. He went on loan and then made his move permanent. He's played 2 full seasons for Derby now. 42 games and 40 games, scoring 12 and 13 in each respective season. Pretty good returns for a winger. It's going to be interesting now. Can he settle in at Huddersfield? Now he's gone to a club just permanently. Is he going to get more game time? Who knows? He could end up doing what he's done both previous times he's gone to the Premier League. But hopefully for his sake, he has a good season and can perform for Huddersfield. Because I like Huddersfield. I hope they have a good year. We're actually going to have back-to-back Huddersfield players now. And this one is a new signing by the name of I think it's Steve Mooney. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Steve Mooney. Now, he has an interesting card. He's just been upgraded to 72. Obviously now at Huddersfield, as you can see. He was signed for a club record fee. I think it was like 11 million, something like that. I remember seeing the press release. He's been a Montpellier player for quite some time now. Came up through the youth system since 2009. He went on loan to Nimes, not sure how you say that, last season. Scored 11 in 32. Then he played for Montpellier this year. He scored 14 in 35. That's a really good return for a starting player. And he seems like a decent player, quite tall, 6'3", 6'4". I noticed him on Football Manager a couple of weeks ago. Quite a powerful player. Hopefully he can do well for Huddersfield. They've signed him and Iborra, 2 strikers. They're doing the right thing. They're buying goals, and that's all that matters. On to the left back now, and this is a player with a lot of history in FIFA. That is Fabio Coentrao. He is, of course, just signed for Sporting, but he's been at Real Madrid this season. It's been up and down. We're just going to give him this 77 rated card, and we're just going to scroll back through his years, because the guy has definitely had a career and a half now. He started off at Rio Ave. This was pre-FIFA sort of years. He then was bought by Benfica, went on loan to Nacional, Zaragoza, Real Ave, and then played 2 full seasons for Benfica before being bought for Real Madrid. Now, these are his first season for Benfica, and then he was kind of playing left wing back, mixing up a little bit, and then he went to Real Madrid. He had a lot of seasons at Real Madrid. He featured a lot at different times. Earlier on, especially the FIFA 12-13 sort of seasons, he played 20 and 16 games. After that, he kind of struggled to really be much of a starter. Marcelo was obviously going to be playing ahead of him. He did go on loan to Monaco last year, played 15 games, actually scored 3 goals for Monaco, which is quite interesting, and then just sat on the bench basically for Real Madrid this year. 3 appearances in the league, 1 in the cup and 2 in Europe. That is it for him, and now of course he's only gone on loan to Sporting, might I add, but he's gone back to Portugal where he grew up. Next up, we have another left back, and this one we are literally just putting his only cards on the screen because, I mean, he's only been in FIFA for 1 year. He started off at Atletico Madrid, played for the B team, went on loan to Alaves this year, of course, had a fantastic season, ended up in the team of the season, and has now signed for Real Madrid. He's not going to be starting. Obviously, he's going to be replacing Coentrao as the backup left back. That was obviously why Coentrao's gone out on loan. You'd like to think Marcelo will still be starting for 1 or 2 more seasons. He might even go out on loan still. You never know, but he signed a 6-year deal, so he's going to be a Real Madrid player for a long time. He's definitely going to be on their books for a while, but we're going to keep that one short and sweet because there's not too much to talk about him. And last but most certainly not least, we have Alexandre Lacazette. This signing went through probably about a week ago now. He's just, at the time of me recording, scored for Arsenal in Sydney. Now this guy, he's going to be exciting in FIFA. I'm looking forward to having him. For some reason it won't let me scroll across, so we'll just stick with that card, I guess. He has been through a lot. He's been at Lyon since 2009 for their actual senior side. He's been at the youth even longer. He didn't get a card in FIFA till FIFA 12, but I remember this card. I remember using it in FIFA 12. He partnered up with Jimmy Briand up top, I think it was. What a player. He actually got this sick upgrade as well in FIFA 13, another really good one. FIFA 14 was when he kind of burst into the goals. He scored 15 in 36 that season, got himself a Team of the Year. I think I put a Team of the Season. I think I packed that Team of the Season perhaps. Following season as well was his second best goal tally, 27 in 33, a great year for him. 21 in 34 the next season, and then 28 in 30 this season. The guy just scores absolute bags of goals. He's got 4 back-to-back Team of the Seasons. Hopefully will be a good player on FIFA. I'd like to see his pace go up a little bit in case, like, for the sake of his FIFA card, but who knows. He's going to be at Arsenal next season, and I'm very excited about that. But that, guys, brings us to the end of this episode. Smash that like button if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if it is your first time watching. Let me know what transfers I need to include in the next one. I have got a list of some, but if there's some you really want to see, I'll try and make sure they're in. Thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.